What's up, you guys? It's the BA. Welcome to Careers Explained. Today I'll be breaking down the South African degree for medicine from first year all the way to literal doctorhood. Before we begin, let's say the magic words.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
So med school in SA is a total of 6 academic years. There's no pre-med or anything of that sort you have to do before going into it. You can just go straight from grade 12 into med school. You can also get into it if you have another degree, and you'll get accepted into second year or sometimes third year depending on the university and the degree. The requirements to get in straight from high school are as follows. Number 1, National Benchmark Tests, NBTs. These are 2 tests, the Academic and Quantitative Literacy Test, AQL, and the Mathematics Test. Personally, I don't see the purpose or point of these tests except for the fact that universities really want you to write them, so your application won't be considered if you don't take these tests. And to get accepted into medicine, your NBT results need to be in the intermediate range. Second, there are specific matric subjects and performance requirements. For mathematics, physics or life science, and English, you'll need 60% or more, preferably more, and at least 50% for the remaining subjects excluding life orientation. You'll need an APS of at least 450. APS is just the sum total of your final subject percentages. Year 1 up till year 3 of med school are the theoretical years. You learn everything that's theoretically relevant in the realm of health sciences, from the human anatomy, physiology, chemistry, physics, to languages, healthcare, professionalism, psychology, and all sorts of medical conditions and diseases. All these things are attended to in gruesome detail in quantities that are crazy. You'll have about 6 modules at the same time. Modules are what you use to calling subjects in high school. The many modules at the same time gives high school vibes, except that each module feels like 6 subjects in one. And so for the first 3 years of med school, it kind of feels like you're taking 36 subjects each semester for 3 years straight. It's quite heavy. On top of that, the top tier universities have pass marks above 50%. So pass marks range from 55 to 65 depending on the year you're in and the university you go to. After this, however, it gets a lot easier in terms of workload. Year 4 to year 6 are the clinical years. These are the fun years, as this is what you'd assume people are in med school for. So, year 4 to year 6 are the years you do what are called blocks. Blocks have different names from varsity to varsity, but they're essentially all the same thing. A block is a single specialty of the medical field, for example gynecology or pediatrics. Here, a student spends a month and some change on each block, say gynecology. They'll spend this time at a hospital's gynecology ward interacting with actual patients and learning from actual doctors. They then have to do block write-ups, kind of like assignments, on the patients they treated and highlight the conditions that each patient had and the treatments that were facilitated, etc., etc. At the end of the block, there's a block exam based on pretty much anything in that specialty of medicine. Then it's on to the next block, and so on and so on. Blocks allow for hands-on experience and exposure to many different fields of medicine, and hopefully a student will identify the field they will end up working in the future. The workload during these years is heavily reduced compared to the first 3 years because even though the content per block is a lot, it's still easier to handle than the theoretical years because it's essentially just one focal point for each month, and it's a focal point that's accompanied by hands-on experience. But finishing year 6 is still not the end. There are 3 additional years before being allowed to practice medicine freely or before being allowed to do postgraduate studies. There are 2 years of internship followed by 1 year of community service. For these 3 years, you'll be employed by the National Department of Health of South Africa. Only after these 3 years are you eligible for registration as an independent medical practitioner with the Health Professions Council of South Africa. No need to worry though, as an intern and during community service, there will be payment. And payment ranges from 40,000 to 60,000 rands per month, depending on the type of work being done and the location. After these 9 years, you're considered a full-fledged doctor. So you can go into private practice, work in hospitals or other medical institutions, work for NGOs or for the government, work in research, work in academics, work for insurance or pharmaceutical companies, or you could study further or specialize, which is at least another 3 years. That's it, guys. MBChB explained good and proper. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and throw in a comment below. Check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, mischief managed.